Welcome to Monday, the 23rd of December, only 2 days to go to Christmas. Not exactly sure what this week holds. I think we'll be doing a news show every day. On the 25th of December, I think it'll be a different program. Haven't quite worked it out yet, but we'll find out by the time we get to Wednesday. But we do have quite a lot of big stories to cover today. And I'll start by taking you back about 18 months. And this is back from the 12th of July 2023. Missing German man's remains found in Thailand freezer. Now at the time this was a horrific story which surfaced in Pattaya. I'll just give you a quick reminder. Thai authorities have found the dismembered body of a missing German businessman in a freezer. They were searching for Hans-Peter Mack, 62, and they located his remains in a garbage bag at a rented house in Nong Pru. Mack, a property broker who lived with his Thai wife in the eastern city of Pattaya, had been missing since the 4th of July. Along with the body, investigators discovered a cordless chainsaw, a pair of hedge clippers and rolls of plastic, according to Thai TV. The police also found traces of what's believed to be cleaning solvent on the seats, dashboard, steering wheel and other areas of the car. So 3 people were eventually arrested and charged over the incident. That's been to trial and the sentence was announced on Saturday. Reported in calsodenglish.com, 3 face ultimate penalty in Pattaya's German murder case. The court handed down death sentences to 3 defendants involved in the gruesome murder. Further down there, police investigation of CCTV footage revealed suspects transporting a freezer to a house in the Chok Chai Garden Home village, where Mack's Mercedes-Benz was found. Then a police raid on July 10 led to the discovery of his dismembered body inside a 1.5 metre freezer. Police arrested 3 people, 2 Germans and a Thai of Pakistani descent. They say the group lured Mack to his death, dismembered his body with plans to dispose of it at sea, and transferred 3.35 million baht from his account. And in the December 20 verdict, the Pattaya Provincial Court found all 3 defendants guilty of premeditated murder and concealing a body. During the trial, Brinkman and Grungriff confessed to the crimes, while Uden maintained his innocence throughout. While all 3 were initially sentenced to death, the court reduced the sentences for Brinkman and Grungriff to life imprisonment due to their confessions. Extremely unlikely that the death sentence would be carried out. As we mentioned the other day, only 2 death penalties have been carried out over the past 20 years here in Thailand. Routinely, death penalties are commuted to life sentences. Okay, on to scams and a bit of a feature on scams today. Thai police bust Chinese call centre scam operation in luxury Bangkok condo. Now we are going to hear more about these scams being raided here in Thailand, rather than reporting about the border areas and all the online scam centres there, because as we've found out over the past 3 or 4 months, they're slowly having their supply of telecommunications and power cut off on those border areas, so they're, just moving straight into Thailand, cut out the middleman. In this case, as reported in thepattianews.com, happened at 4 o'clock on December the 20th. Thai authorities arrested 6 Chinese nationals involved in an international call centre fraud operation. And they were found with large quantities of equipment like 286 SIM boxes, 208,000 SIM cards, 636 mobile phones and other digital devices used for fraud. Again, I wonder how on earth they get hold of these quantities of these items. And when police eventually find you and they point to them saying, what were you using those for? There's really sort of nowhere to go. The report continues they were operating from 6 rooms using SIM boxes to allegedly make fraudulent calls. Authorities believe the group had connections with similar operations in Laos and Cambodia. Again, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of these online call centres dotted around the borders, just over the border in Myanmar, Laos and Cambodia, but usually using Thai telecommunications. The suspects reportedly entered Thailand on tourist visas and rented the condo for about 2 months. The gang used AI to quickly create fake social media accounts to scam individuals, generating income by tricking people into clicking false advertisements. Now, I've compiled a very quick random list of warnings I think are pertinent to this online scam situation. It's something we really need to be careful with as we move into 2025. But the Bangkok Post have actually been speaking to the police, and they've listed some of the main scams that we need to be careful with. Their headline says, "Romance, friend imposter, SMS scams, top fraud cases," according to police. Romance scams, friend imposter scams, short messages with fraudulent links, and false accusation calls have been the most common tricks used by scammers in 2024. Victims of cybercrime filed 739 online complaints via this website, and we'll list that later as well. Between March the 1st and November the 30th this year, they caused a combined, losses basically of 77 billion baht, or an average of 77 million baht per day. Here are very quickly the 4 scams they say are the top ones. Using fake social media accounts to establish a romantic relationship with the victim, and further down there, romance scammers also deceive the victim into investing into a bogus scheme. And number 2, making a phone call to the victim and posing as a friend or relative, asking them to guess which of their friends was speaking. Once the victim fell into the trap, the fraudster would borrow money. That's the second most popular scam. You ask yourself, who would fall for that? Number 3, sending short messages to the victim's phone with fraudulent links. The purpose is to trick the victim into giving away information or access to their bank accounts. Number 4, calling and posing as a government official, telling the victim they were involved in an illegal activity and they must transfer an amount of money for examination, or luring them to install an application. So here you go. If anyone thinks they're a victim, they should file online complaints via thaipoliceonline.go.th or call the Cybercrime Investigation Bureau 24-hour hotline 1441. So as I mentioned, I've made my own very quick, completely random list this morning. Some of these I've heard about, read about, or even been caught up on. So just very quickly, order online with known platforms only, like Lazada, Temu, Shopee, or a provider you've used before. Be very wary with any users that you want to use to buy online that you've never heard of or used before. Don't click on links from unsolicited emails sent to you, no matter how interesting or enticing. Just don't. Doesn't matter what she looks like, just don't. Don't buy anything from Facebook or Line posts when you don't know the businesses. Don't respond to unsolicited texts on your phone. Never click on a QR code on a link from an unknown person or business. What happens there is that QR code could be designed to just have complete access to your phone. And so once you've done that scan, it's all over Red Rover. When searching for services on Google, check the links make sense and scroll down to the bottom of the website, check some of the details. If in doubt, close the website and delete it from your history. Now, for example, I've received emails from my bank in Australia, but when I looked at the link, it wasn't westpac.com.au or whatever it should be. It was Westpac Info or something like that, and I thought, that sounds pretty dodgy, so I didn't click on it. Use recognised OTAs, that's online travel agencies, for travel bookings, and only use aggregators for travel bookings that you've used and trusted from the past. Again, check the link in at the top and just make sure it is the original link that you used to use. And don't make bookings through Facebook, X, or TikTok. Go to the original websites and check on any promotions there. So if you're scrolling through Twitter, or what's it called, X these days, or Facebook, and you find a link, wow, that looks like a good price, just don't go near it with a barge pole. If it looks interesting, go to the original business's website and check there. There would be hundreds of others. I think what I'll do over the next couple of weeks is maybe aggregate some of these online scams that I know about. I'm sure some of you will contribute some in the comments section as well today, and we'll publish it maybe on Facebook, and then you can check those and just put them into the back of your memory so that you are a little bit more protected from some of these online scams. A beautiful, clear, sunny day down here in Phang in Thailand. Would be a very nice day to head out onto Phang Bay with 5starmarine.com. There's a link to their services, lots of destinations, photos, and you can contact Sean and the gang if you're interested in using 5-Star Marine next time you're in Phuket for a trip out on Phang Bay. To this story, which sort of tickled my fancy, not particularly important. Again, thepattianews.com. Foreign tourist in Pattaya swallows traffic ticket during traffic stop. And this happened at 6:30 on December the 21st in front of the Pattaya police station on Beach Road. Oh, you swallowed your ticket. Don't worry, we'll just pop into the police station and get another one. It says officers stopped a foreign male tourist, a tall and muscular black man wearing only red shorts. Then it goes on that the man, however, allegedly tried to taunt police. Well, I've just done a bit of an edit there. It should say the man, however, taunted police, refused to cooperate and failed to show any documents, including his driving licence. As a result, the police issued a ticket for him for not having a driving licence and not wearing a helmet, and advised him to pay the fine at the police station. In a shocking move, the foreign man shoved the ticket into his mouth, chewed it, and swallowed it with water. This left the police at the checkpoint shocked and confused by his behaviour. And despite the police's attempts to explain, the man ignored the officers and continued playing with his phone while listening to music. The police then locked the motorcycle's wheel to prevent him from fleeing and radioed for backup to control him. When the man began to act aggressively, he was quickly subdued and taken inside the police station to calm down. They advised him to change his attitude, and the Pattaya News notes that driving a motorcycle shirtless and without a helmet is also illegal. Illegal, and you're a complete dickhead, but this should also be illegal. Wearing sandals and socks, that deserves life imprisonment. Then again, who am I to give fashion advice? That's the way we see things on December the 23rd, only 2 days to Christmas. If you are celebrating Christmas this year, hope the weather continues to be great around Thailand. Hope you have a great Monday, and we'll see you tomorrow.